morning guys. So for today I'm going to share to you two things, two exercises if you would call it that way. First would be the not your usual lunge, then the not your usual plank. The reason for this one is you won't be seeing this one quite often, since it is one of those subtle things that's usually overlooked when you're doing a lunge, only when you're doing a plank. So this is how it looks. First is the not your usual lunge. Be needing a block, by the way, or anything that can elevate your knee off from the floor, or to keep your knee nice and comfortable and to know where it's at in space. So for that, placing it on the floor, let's get to our bottom position first. So by the way, when you're doing a lunge, this is the usual position that your body wants to escape to from. Reasons for that one is it's the most challenging, in my opinion, it's the most challenging position when you're doing a lunge, is to be able to control yourself going down and control yourself coming back up. So getting onto that straight position wherein your knee, your hip, your shoulder and your head stay straight. Knee remains 90 degrees in front, 90 degrees over here as well. And for your toes, you should have decent enough proper toe mobility that your toes can flex down to the floor this way when your heel is pointing up through the ceiling. What you're going to do here first is finding your posterior pelvic tilt, or I call this one the shortened belly position. So thinking as if you're bringing your belly button and your chest close together. So not this way. So the usual lunge is being done. There's a very arched back. So we're going to do the opposite of positioning our hips this way to allow for this hip flexors to pre-tense up, that lights up your quads and allows your midsection muscles to be part of the equation. So from that position, all we would do is just stand up with this knee locking out at the very top, and this knee stays slightly bent throughout the whole time. So you may imagine as well as if you're leaning slightly back. So you can feel a big pull over here. You can feel the burn through here right away. Okay, so from there, breathing in, tighten up that midsection, and rising up, extending this knee. And again, slowly getting down, driving again this knee, this foot, toes do stay on the floor. So you can see over there, a bit shaky. Again, working through a lot of these guys here as this front leg drives the movement. So doing this one between 5 to 12 reps, okay, on both sides. So I'm going to show to you how it looks from a front angle. So from a front angle, I'm going to use the other leg. I'm going to think about as well that both of your hips do have a pair of lights that's all pointing forward. Knee stays in line with your toes. I don't know if you can see it from my camera, but think of it as that way. And this foot doesn't go in that way, instead it stays straight. So again, shifting your hips backward, so you can feel that stretch over here, engaging your midsection, and from there, straighten this one out. Locking this one, you can feel it all through here. Okay, so that is the not your usual lunge. Okay, so again, purpose of that one, get your hips midsection and each leg to work accordingly. Next would be the not your usual plank. So for the not your usual plank, just going to lower the camera down so you can see what I'm about to do. Get into your quadruped position. So you would want that both of your hands and your knees are around shoulder and hip width apart. If you need to have a wider base to make the movement more accessible for you, go to a slightly wider than hip width stance when your knees stand on your hands. Just making sure that your elbow pits, they're pointed forward to get your lats, lat muscles to engage. Side angle. It's going to look this way. Okay, so your hips are slightly pushed back, bracing in your midsection. Again, think of that short belly, not overarching, not that way, but the reverse. Short belly, nice and flat, slightly rounded around the lower back. What you would do for this knee is getting it slightly off from the floor. So it's not grounded, slightly extended back, but not fully locked out. Then the foot gets off from the floor, toes do stay on the floor, but the knee doesn't. As you can see there, my knee is on a position that's not the same to this other leg. So this knee again, off from the floor. What you're about to do, this hand stays grounded, this hand goes up, moves from the side, going to constantly push the floor away from me to keep my midsection active. Then from there, bringing this hand behind my hip. So back hand, trying to reach behind your hip or behind your lower back. Then reverse. Now thumb faces that direction, keeping my head stable. This hand tries to reach behind my neck as this elbow tries to point forward. Yet again. Okay? How it looks from the other side. So same position now, this knee stays on the floor as the other knee stays off from the floor. Keep pushing the floor away from you, maintaining that short belly. And for this other arm, back hand behind your lower back. Then slowly transition, thumbs down, then next transition it, thumbs facing forward. And getting your arms all the way up. Once your elbow can already point forward, reaching behind your neck, then reverse. Okay, so doing around again 5 to 12 reps on that one for each position. Goals of this exercise. Exercise number 1 and 2, not your usual lunge and not your usual plank, is to keep your midsection and your hips stable when doing movements that involves your limbs. Okay, so even doing this exercise combination, it's doing both of them for around 5 to 12 repetitions per side, doing it for 3 times. It's a really good full body workout. It's very gentle for the joints. It has a very low risk of hurting yourself. So I give it a shot, then let me know what you think.